back to Bayonne today. I'm your host, Samantha Murillo, and today we're joined by our very own Bayonne High School baseball team. First, can you start by introducing yourself and telling us your position on the field?
I'm Ian Paradigm, catcher.
I'm Andrew Johnson, I'm a pitcher.
Nolan Geisler, pitcher.
Justin Hoffmann, third base.
Anthony Mancini, outfielder, pitcher.
Chris Valencia, utility pitcher.
Are any of you captains?
Yeah, we all are.
Okay, when did you start playing baseball?
I started pretty much right away down at Bayonne High.
Yeah, we all pretty much started the same. We grew up playing on the same team, all travel together.
Yeah. I started when I was about 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah, probably about 3.
Same.
What's your favorite thing about playing baseball and why?
My favorite thing is just like the atmosphere and just playing the game you love every day. It's just a fun game, especially now with my friends. It's fun.
Probably, yeah, just the adrenaline rush and like winning games with your friends and just having fun.
Going out there and competing.
Yeah, probably just about the energy.
In agreement with all of them.
Yeah, I agree. Same thing.
So we know you guys just recently played at ESPN Sports Complex in Orlando over spring break. How were your trip and games?
That was a good trip. We finished 2-0 against those teams.
Yeah, the trip was pretty good. Luckily, I got to pitch down there, so that was a good experience.
Great competition down there, too.
Yeah, it feels pretty good to play spring training at MLB Stadium.
What was it like traveling with your teammates?
It was a very fun trip, especially in the room. We had a fun time. It was just talking about baseball and life, and pretty much having a good time in Orlando.
Yeah, it was a good trip. The main focus was pretty much baseball the whole trip, but it was a good time to be with our friends.
Went down to the parks and stuff. It was very fun.
Yeah, it was a good bonding experience.
What has been the team's biggest challenge so far this season?
I don't know, I guess just facing the adversity, we got a lot of people that don't like us as a team as a whole, I guess.
I feel like the main aspect is kind of like staying together as a team, sticking with the goal we started the season with, and just taking it game by game, staying in the moment.
Keep the energy high, always.
As captains, do you guys ever have any problems being a captain and a friend to both your teammates?
Yeah, it's not like one person bossing around another. We're all like a team, so even though who's a captain, who's not, we all kind of like come together and just figure stuff out by ourselves.
Yeah, we pick,
as a team.
We pick each other up. That's how things supposed to work.
Have you guys ever been injured during the season, and how do you deal with your injuries?
I've never faced an injury.
A few games will get hurt, but you just got to push through it. You got to try to win every game.
Yeah, especially since it's some of our guys last year. You know, you don't want to kind of risk, like, you never know when that could be your last game. So you always want to go out there and kind of give it your best shot, even if you are injured or not, just kind of play through it.
Is it ever hard to practice both school, work, and games?
Yeah, it's definitely long days in the classroom and on the field. Don't get home until about 7:30, 8 at night, so
Yeah, it's
a grind.
long day.
Yeah, we definitely have a good program set up, you know, study hall, weight room, good time schedule and stuff, and all of our guys are responsible, and we kind of balance stuff out by ourselves, and we really know, you know, kind of how to put the things together.
Do you guys have any school rivals, and who?
I would say we definitely have a rival. I'm actually playing them today at 4:30 at Caven Point.
Be there.
We're going to try to win that as far as we can.
See what happens.
Yeah. Got a couple rivals. We're not very mostly liked in the state of New Jersey.
Yeah.
But
A lot of teams like to play us.
like they said before, just got to battle through the adversity, whatever, and just got to keep playing.
When does the baseball season actually start, and is there a lot of training during the off season?
Yeah, I mean, it starts around March 13th, pitchers and catchers and stuff, and we really don't have we really don't have any kind of breaks. It's kind of all year round. Like right after last year when our season ended around June, we had like 1 week break, and then we started summer league for the high school team, and all of our guys play on travel. So we had a busy summer, and then just right into the school year, kind of the weight room, study hall, stuff like that. So really hefty schedule.
When it comes to games, do you have any rituals or superstitions?
Yeah. I like to drink like a 40-ounce cup of coffee before every game.
Just lock in, listen to some music, get ready for the game.
I eat Skittles before the games.
Is it ever hard to deal with pressure during important games or moments?
Man, it comes with the experience. I mean, as a sophomore, it was my first year on varsity. It was definitely shaky up there, but as time goes on, you get used to it.
Yeah,
How do you, oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. We all of our guys here were in big moments and came through, but in the end, it's kind of if you're ready, and if not, our teammates will have our backs. So it's kind of just mattering trusting us and, knowing that one guy will pick up the next.
Is it ever hard to stay focused during games and avoid distractions?
I mean, yeah, it's always hard to avoid the distractions, but you just got to keep your mind to it all.
Just try to block it out as
Yeah.
best you can, because people will say things that try to get in your head usually. But
It doesn't work.
yeah,
Just,
just gotta zone it out.
Focus on the more important thing.
How do you stay motivated when faced with setbacks or losses?
I mean, I'd never won everything, so there's always a few losses in my head that keep me going always.
Just gotta take it day by day. I mean, every day's a new day. Win or loss, just keep going.
Yeah, I mean, it's baseball. It's going to happen. You're going to strike out, you're going to lose, but the beauty of it, you get to come back the next day and have a chance of bouncing back. So,
As captains, is there anything specific you guys ever do to motivate your team?
We send them like a few TikToks here and there just to motivate them. Just stay ready, have the underclass stay ready.
Gets the blood flowing for the game, gets them going.
and they're just focusing on the primary goal at the end of the season, but still taking each game, staying in the moment.
What's the most memorable game you've played in and why?
Probably sophomore year against St. Peter's Prep. I got the win pitching. It was just the atmosphere. Hasn't been a game like that.
Definitely last year, my sophomore year. 7 innings, no runs for St. Peter's.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Or second game of the season against Roxbury. Had a good game.
I'll say opening day. That was a big opening day win.
Against UC.
Yeah, definitely shows us as a team.
AP's first game back in Bayonne.
Are any of you going to continue playing baseball in college?
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah, we're all committed to playing college.
Where are you committed?
I'm going to Georgia Tech.
I'm attending Eastern Connecticut State.
UMass Lowell.
Widener University.
St. Peter's University.
Kane University.
What was the recruitment or scouting and commitment process like?
It was definitely a stressful moment sometimes, because when you're playing in showcases and stuff, and you might not have a good game, but the college coach is there to see you. Could be frustrating because that could be your only shot, but in the end, if you're good enough, you'll find the college that play for yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the right school's going to find you. If you can play at that level, they're going to find you.
Yeah.
What are some of the most important lessons you've learned from playing baseball?
I mean, just to keep going. Can't let things get to your head and just keep going until you finish.
Yep.
Yeah, no matter kind of how much you fail, it all matters of some of the times at least you succeed, or at least learn from your mistakes a little bit.
This is your last question, but what do you hope to achieve individually and as a team in the future?
County championship.
County states.
State
Just
section.
going for it all.
Yeah, some sort of
One
trophy.
championship at a time.
Yeah.
County is first, though.
Yeah.
Last year, kind of last dance, county championships, sectional, states, we want it all, The Bees are going for it.
Thank you so much for your time. We wish you lots of luck on the prep game today. We're going to go on a short break, and then we'll be back with Coach Hoffmann. Now we're here with our very own varsity baseball coach, Dave Hoffmann. So how long have you been coaching the baseball program for?
How you doing, Samantha? Thanks for having me on the show. Appreciate all your efforts for supporting our program. This is my 27th year coaching at Bayonne High School. It's my 10th year as the head coach. I was an assistant for 17 years under Coach Phil Baccarella. I also played here from in the late 80s, and I graduated in 1992. I was a captain here as well. So it's a dream come true to come back here and be a part of this program that I was as a player, and now obviously to be a coach, it's special for me.
Since you were a baseball player, what was the transition like between playing and coaching?
Well, I mean, as a player, you're just going out there and focusing on what you can do to control the game from an individual standpoint. Even as a leader, you try to be there to inspire your teammates and try to do what you need to do from a responsibility standpoint. But it's a completely different relationship from being a player to a coach. Coach, you have to worry about the entire team, right, and what we have to do, and the messages you have to send. And from a playing standpoint, you make it more personal. It's more individual. So that would be the difference, I would think.
Why did you decide to become a baseball coach?
I got to be honest. Phil Baccarella was one of my mentors. He was my coach when I went on to St. Peter's College to play baseball, and came back 4 years later. He brought me on his staff and saw something in me that he felt would be an asset to the program, and started coaching in 1997. Fell in love with it. Truly enjoy every aspect of coaching, and we had a lot of success early, so that continued to add more levels of motivation for myself, and it became a really good situation for me. The relationship worked out really well, and I don't regret it one second.
Your record so far is 7-2, correct?
Correct. We're 7-2 on the season, yeah.
How are you feeling about the season so far?
We feel great. We're very optimistic about the season. Our goals are there in front of us. We have obviously a big game today against St. Peter's, one of our rivals. Season's still young, but it goes quick. We understand that, but from a excitement standpoint, we're very excited about the possibility of the season. We have a lot of experience back, a lot of kids with varsity experience under their belt, and we have a talented group, and we're just really trying to live it in the moment as much as we can, one day at a time, because like I tell the kids every day, I really want to embrace every second that we have with them, because it's a special group.
What was your recent ESPN trip like for you?
It's a great experience for the kids. It gives them a chance to bond and get a chance to travel. Some of our players have never even been on an airplane before, right? So to go on a plane and to be away from your family and to be with just your brothers, your teammates, and the coaches, it gives everybody a chance to bond, and we make it about baseball. It's a priority. We want to go down there and compete and get better, and you're playing in nicer weather too, because the Northeast in the spring can get cold and uncomfortable. So down there the weather was great, but then also you get a chance to break away from the game and have some fun, and what a great place to have fun, at Disney, right? So it works out really well. Kids are well behaved, well respected, so it's easier on the coaches, to have fun with them as well. So it's a great trip, a great experience.
How do you motivate and inspire your team to perform their best?
Just have to be honest with the team and set our culture is established. I'm really blessed. We have great support from our administration, with Superintendent Neese and Assistant Superintendent Kopaz, who I was fortunate to coach when he was in high school, and Dr. Pearson is one of our biggest supporters, as our athletic director. Mr. Baccarella, our principal, who his brother, aforementioned before, was my coach, and he played in Bayonne High School's baseball program years ago. So there's that great support staff that we have here from administration, and I feel that I'm blessed with the greatest coaching staff in the state, with Nikki Brancatella and Jeremy Ives. So it's one of those things when you have support and you have everybody pushing in the same direction, it makes things easier. And our message every day is just go out there and compete. Really take it as seriously as you can possibly take it. Have pride in what you do, right? Live in the moment, no regrets. And if you go out there and you work hard at something and you're very positive about it, and you have that level of optimism that we feel we have, good things are going to happen, right? So we feel really good about that situation for us.
Is it ever hard to manage team dynamics or any problems between athletes, or no, not really?
Yeah, no, it's like anything else. There's trials and tribulations with everything that goes into life, not just sports. But you have to manage. It's very difficult. I tell our team all the time, growing up in this environment today with social media and how everything is micro-managed and there's a level of sensitivity out there with society, and it's a struggle. It's difficult, so to balance things that go into their social life and their family life and academics and with education being at a premium for us, and then to balance all of that and make baseball a priority as well, and competing at the level that we compete at and trying to win and set those expectations. It's extremely difficult. So we just want to express to our players that we support them. We truly love them. We support them. We're always here for them on the field, off the field. So if they know that we have, we support them and we have their back, and no matter what, we're always going to be there. And I think it helps. They know that they're not in it alone, right? So it's a really good situation that we like to emphasize.
In your coaching career, what would you say is your biggest achievement so far?
I would say it's twofold. I think, obviously everyone wants to put a premium on wins and championships, and that's great. We've won a lot of games. We've won some championships along the way, and that's great. It's important. It's a priority for us. But just the relationships that we're able to cultivate with our players and throughout the course of all the years, and help them become young men and eventually can become good husbands and good fathers and contribute to society. It's important for us, so we take that very seriously. It's a big responsibility. So we take as much enjoyment as developing and cultivating young men in our program. It's really important for us. Personally, from a coaching standpoint, on the field, being around that 2019 team, that's our first true county championship team. We were ranked as high as 4th in the state, and we had a lot of special players on that team. So that to me was special for me personally. But I really feel good about this team too. So I think that this team could share in those accomplishments as well.
For this year's team, what do you think are their biggest strengths?
I think experience. I think the ability's there. I think the overall experience, and a lot of those players that we have on this year's team, experienced that failure for the last couple of years. We won the regular season league title in 2021. It was the first year back from COVID, and then we were upset in the first round by North Bergen. Last year, we were one of the favorites to come out of the tournament, and again, we were upset in the first round by Hudson Catholic. So I think that has galvanized our guys and put things in perspective that anybody could beat you on any given day. And I think that they've really trained in the off season with that mindset of this could be a really good year. Again, if we just do what we want to do to the best of our ability. One of our biggest mantras is control what we can control. Right? Can't worry about weather and umpires and travel, and just go out there and be the best version of you every day, and we feel we have a shot.
What do you think is the most exciting thing for you about coaching?
Again, I'm going to make this twofold. For me, being around our coaches every day, they're dear friends of mine, they're family to me. Being around these kids on a daily basis, seeing how mature they've become and how they've grown and evolved as people, that's important, and that's a great thing to experience. And on a personal level for me, to be around my son and get to coach him on a daily basis, and that's what makes this group unique, because a lot of these guys that you just got a chance to speak to, I've been around them since they were 5-6 years old, because they played with my son. So to have that dynamic of being around those kids, these coaches, and my son on a personal level, where we kind of really can tie that family dynamic together, you really can't put it into words how special it is for me personally.
You said your son is on the team. What's it like coaching with family on the team?
It's an experience. I'll tell you that. And I say it because when I was an assistant coach and I was coaching under Phil Baccarella, he went through the same thing coaching his son, PJ, who's the principal at Mary J, and I got to witness it from a different perspective. And I talk to Coach Baccarella all the time and try to how to handle being a coach and being a father, and it's very, very difficult. So It's a work in progress. I'm sure if you asked him, he may have a different opinion about certain things, but I just want what's best for him, and I try to treat him the same way as I would treat everybody else on the team. Like, there's no different, and he's been well-schooled in that throughout the course of his life, that no one was going to give him anything because we shared the same last name. He was going to have to earn it, and to his credit, he's done a pretty decent job up to this point, and we just hope he continues to help us in the way he's been helping us, so we're proud of him.
What other challenges do you face as a high school baseball coach?
I mean, you get different challenges on a daily basis, because like I had mentioned earlier, I alluded to it before, baseball's hard. The sport itself is difficult, and trying to compete at the level that we compete at, the teams that we play, and try to, attain those aspirations that we've set over the course of, the last so many years and the success our program has had. So it's a challenge every day, and we just want to utilize every resource that we have. That's why I couldn't emphasize enough the appreciation that we have with our administration, having the support that we need, and you need that in today's day and age, because there's always going to be critics, and there's always going to be people out there who think they can do better or know more. But we feel really confident as a coaching staff with our experience that what we do on a daily basis isn't duplicated anywhere, because we really truly care about our kids, and we just don't make it about baseball, although it's important. And I think when you encompass all that together, it really puts a very impressive product on the field.
This is your last question. Do you have any advice for anyone looking to join varsity baseball in the future?
Gotta love a few things. You have to love baseball. You have to love Bayonne High School. You have to love the city of Bayonne, because that's what we're about. We're about pride. It means a lot to us. A lot of our coaches, all of our coaches, played here and went here, including myself. So it means, God has to mean a lot to you. It just can't just be, like we always, say that we're not an after-school activity. So it's a commitment, and we're expecting you to go all in every single day and make it about the team and make it how you can help us in any way possible. So if that's one of your goals, those are the things that are necessary to be a part of this group.
Thank you so much for your time. Good luck this season, especially on the prep game tonight.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me, Samantha. Thank you very much.
Thanks for watching, and we hope to see you next week on Bayonne Tonight.